I knew we were getting something that was really, really good, but she's blown me away.
Kyndal Stowers gets the job done.
She's great passing, hitting, serving. Honestly, like, she can do it all.
Kyndal's awesome. A stud on the court, amazing, amazing person.
Kyndal Stowers has been one of the best players in the country in this NCAA tournament.
Stowers again with a swing off the block. Point, Texas A&M.
Great to see Kyndal Stowers back on the floor and playing at such a high level.
I'm from Denton, Texas, just north of Dallas, and I grew up going to Geyer High School. At least like in athletics, everybody kind of knows everybody, and all of the high schools are really competitive. And so grew up in that competitive environment, but also grew up building a lot of those relationships with people across sports. It was a really close-knit community, and I still have a lot of those relationships today.
What brought us up to the Metroplex area is that I was hired as the head football coach at Little Elm High School. Stayed there for 5 years. And then I got out of coaching and took a corporate job. And so at that time, that freed us up to be able to figure out where we really want to put our kids. And so we decided that the Denton-Geyer feeder track was the best place for our kids academically and athletically.
At the time, Kyndal was playing soccer, so volleyball wasn't even in the picture yet, really.
When I was 9 or 10, I decided to like dip my toes in the water with volleyball. I was still like very competitively playing soccer and loved soccer and was actually pretty good at it. And so volleyball was kind of for fun at that point in time.
Athletics is all, and that's kind of our family fabric. That's what we do. Competition is always pretty intense in our household.
Both my parents played multiple sports. No one in our family really just stuck with one our whole lives. So my mom was volleyball and track, and then my dad did football, basketball, and track.
I coached volleyball also for a very long time, and then when I had Kyndal is when I finally was able to walk away.
Eli has been my best friend my entire life, really. We're pretty close in everything. Obviously, we had a lot to bond over with sports. We were both just really competitive. We had a basketball hoop in the front of our house for our entire lives, and we would just be out there like playing horse or whatever it was. When me and my brother both were like 3 or 4, we started running.
We were those parents that made him run summer track, which
is
brutal.
Get our coolers and our pop-up tents, and we're out there sweating.
But my mom did play volleyball, and so I have just always kind of assumed that there was a little bit of a nudge from her to try it out.
She was a 6th grader, and we went to a 7th grade volleyball game, and we got in the car that night, and she's like, "Mom, I want to play volleyball." And I'm like, "Where did that come from?" Typical Kyndal fashion. The crowds, Mom, all the boys are cheering for these girls like this is the coolest environment. And so literally that is what sent us to the club volleyball world, is she just had so much fun. It was a fun, high energy atmosphere, and it was a little 7th grade middle school volleyball game, but it's not something she had seen before.
When I was 13, I made the top team for club for the first time, and so you can't really do both at that point. So my mom had actually talked to the coaches. She basically asked them, like, is this something Kyndal could actually do? Because if we're letting go of soccer, like, she's gonna be okay, right? if we completely just go with volleyball. And my coaches were like, yeah, trust us, like, she'll be fine.
I knew it was gonna take her a little bit of time, but she's so naturally gifted. And I talked to the coach at the time, and I'm like, why did you give her a chance? Because as far as her skill level, it wasn't there. But she said the same thing to me. The coach was like, oh my God, look at her. Like, she's gonna get there. It's obvious. She can jump higher than everybody else. She's a natural.
My club career meant so much, and legit has gotten me to where I am. When I was 13, when I jumped to the top team, it was Corinne and Johnny were our 2 coaches. And then Johnny ended up coaching me 2 or 3 more years after that. I devote a lot of my volleyball career and getting to where I am to him. He was the one that came in every single day, beyond patient and trusting the process when I couldn't even hit the ball over the net. And I was able to win 2 national championships in club with him.
He poured into her, and he was another one who saw the natural, gifted, just athletic ability early. He said, I got to get her in this gym. If we're going to get her on the floor with these girls, she's got to get in here for lessons. And I'm like, Johnny, I can't afford lessons. And Johnny's like, just bring her.
I had known for a little bit that I wanted to go to Baylor. I was like, if I get that offer, that's probably where I'll go. I graduated early. I got there in January of 2023. I had kind of won that starting spot throughout the spring, and they sent out the preseason awards and whatnot, and I was supposed to be preseason freshman of the year and all these things. It was looking up. Everything was like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Couldn't be going any better, really. And then in summer training, I'm blocking with this one hand and someone's on a box on the other side of the net hitting, and just misses my hand and hits me. It was right in the nose. I went and talked to the trainer, had a concussion, went home until that finally went away after a couple weeks. All the symptoms were gone. Everything was going really well again. And we were starting preseason games. And then it was actually our very last preseason game before conference started. And I dove for a ball. It was like a ball that kind of tooled off the block, and I dove for it. So I was like now laying on the ground, and I got this ball up. My middle went to go play the ball. She tried to like go and reach over my head and play it without hitting me, but her knee ended up getting me like right on my temple. I didn't fully like remember what was happening at that point, and so I like walk over to my teammate. I was like, "Wait, what just happened?"
Well, the game she got that concussion at Baylor, I was not there, and so that I was watching it happen on TV, and it broke my heart. But she got back in and she finished the match. Well, obviously, I have a lot of friends at Baylor, and they're texting me and they're like, "She doesn't seem right."
I missed, I think, one game, and then whenever we came back that next week, I got cleared. We had practice, and my coach was like, "Hey, take a day off. Like, don't play, but just." Be present in the gym, be helping out, doing whatever. And so we're doing serve receive, and I'm a target, so I'm standing at the net. And then we had a girl who topspin served. I was standing with my back to the net, and she was serving on the other side, and it just so happened to hit me like dead on the back of my head.
To watch her whole personality change, because it 100% did. She was frustrated. She obviously had concussion symptoms. She was just going through all of it at once, and then all the questions started. Like, why am I doing this? I don't know if I want to do this anymore. This is not going well.
So I go in and talk to the doctors, and they're like, okay, 3 concussions in like 2 months, 2 in 2 weeks is not ideal, like at all. And so they decided to call it for the rest of that season. They were like, we're good to come back in January, whenever we go back into off season. We just need your brain to heal for a little bit.
So he and I took a day off. We went down there and took her out for lunch, just, get a smile back on her face. And we're driving home that day, and she calls me from practice and tells me she got hit again.
We had a new early grad freshman. We were playing defense next to each other, and one of the outsides hit a ball to this girl, and she just like shanked it, and it then hit me. I'm pretty sure it was like on this temple. That one, it wasn't bad, but it just scared me, because when we had gone through that whole season of me not playing in the fall, and we were talking with different doctors, we were like, okay, we just need to hope you don't get another one, because if you get another one, then we start having to ask questions of if you can keep playing or not. And so then at this point, the doctors had talked to me, and they were like, okay, if you want to retire, we can look into that. If you want to keep playing, we can look into that. So ball's kind of in your court at this point. And yeah, I was talking to a lot about it with my parents. And initially I was like, I don't think I want to keep playing. But then there also is that level of, but I do love volleyball. Like, I picked volleyball when I was 13, had all these people in my life that instilled that confidence and helped me fall in love with the game of volleyball every day. Prayed about it a lot and had a lot of good community around me who were faithful and also praying about it.
I can still see walking the sidewalks in front of my house on a Saturday morning. I'm crying, she's crying. I don't know if I can do this, Mom. I think I just want to walk away. And I continue to say, babe, this is what you love. You don't understand what it means to walk away. Like, I know right now to you, that's the answer. But when you walk away from this, you are going to regret this.
I go back into the office with the doctors and with my trainer. And I was like, okay, y'all said I had the option, right? So I think we're gonna, go play again and see what that looks like.
The doctors have been telling us the whole time after that last one, we think we just want to shut her down for 12 months. We want to give her that medical red shirt, just get her out of the gym, just make sure she's safe.
And then one day, right before practice, my trainer texted me and was like, hey, we have a meeting with the doctor. If you can come upstairs right before practice starts, that'd be great.
She texts us on a May rainy day. I remember it clear as day. She's like, can you guys get on a conference call? And we're like, sure. And she said, they just want a conference call. I think they want to make sure we're all on the same page.
And so the doctor sits down and she's like, we just have decided that it's in your best interest to medically retire. And so I literally was just sitting there trying to process everything of what just happened.
We tried to fight it. We tried and tried and tried. And then we got to the point where we're like, you know what? Okay, God, we hear you. We're not supposed to be here.
I got in the car after that, hung up the phone with my parents, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, got in my car and was just driving around. And I honestly, literally was just bawling. I was like, okay, what is happening? I'm not even 20. I'm still technically a teenager in Waco, away from home, doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing, playing volleyball, and now all of that's just randomly taken away from me. So I'm just confused.
We start calling medical people, athletic trainers, coaches, everyone we know, because we're like, talk to us. What does this mean? You're going to have some colleges that are going to say, we are good, we are going to clear her, we are going to do this. And you're going to have some colleges that say, we aren't touching her.
I just continued to pray on it for a very long time. I decided to fast one weekend and went and did a Bible study by myself in the car at the sunset. And I was sitting there, I was just praying about it. I was like, all right, God, please, I gotta know something, because I have to make a decision. If I'm not gonna play, I have to let all these people know that I'm gonna go that route and do these things. Or if I'm gonna play volleyball, now I have to let go of the scholarship and move on and go home and train. I haven't played volleyball in a year now, almost. And so this decision can't wait much longer. And I was sitting there and I vividly remember, clear as day, it was like a movie I was watching. And it was basically the back of my head, and I was wearing a jersey, and there was a volleyball net in the background, and there was confetti falling. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm not really sure what. I was looking for a, hey, go back home and start practicing again. I was like, that's a crazy thing to see. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna leave that there. If that's a promise, that's absolutely crazy. But I'm just taking that as to play volleyball.
She came home, and I called her a college dropout. She stayed home for 6 months, literally doing nothing but working out, training, going to the doctors for the rehab, doing the things that she needed to do.
So I was very much so prioritizing mentally, physically, emotionally, just being healthy and being able to go back to another volleyball season. And this time, hopefully, it being the entire season, So I talked to a lot of neurologists, neuropsychologists, physicians, pretty much everything you could name. Everybody cleared me and they were like, you're good to play. Now I hadn't been playing in a year and a half. Last concussion was a year ago. We're good. Then the portal comes around. And at this point, that whole time I was like, okay, I'm not really sure what this recruiting process is gonna look like. I hadn't played volleyball in a year and a half. I go to my club practice one night with Johnny, and he comes up to me, he's like, hey, have you thought about A&M at all? Has Jamie called you? And I was like, no.
At the time, we didn't have a scholarship. I didn't know she'd come here for not having a scholarship. And I said, we will for sure be interested. All of a sudden, we had a scholarship, and she texted me literally the day that happened.
Yeah, he was basically like, this is going to go really fast. And I was like, why? I didn't really understand that.
From there, we started talking through the medical history and what had happened. I told her, your life is in my hands, and I need the utmost honesty if something's going to happen, and just the look of her in her eye and the dedication to that. And I also had a feeling that she would do whatever it takes to be back on a volleyball court.
He was like, hey, do you want to come down on a visit tomorrow? So we go hop in the car, drive down to College Station, go on a visit. Yeah, I got to meet all the volleyball people, come around the volleyball facilities, met with some doctors, and loved it. Loved everything about it. The family, the culture. Obviously A&M is great, as a whole with everything. The 12th man, there's not much to not love.
She got a chance to tour the strength and conditioning area. So much technology and advancements and all these different things that can help her. Of course, the academic place and their cafeteria. It's unbelievable. You go there and you check that out, you're like, wow.
When we were able to see that this campus is legit, everybody here gets that support, everybody here gets those resources, they're taken care of. And it's not like that everywhere else. And I think that was huge for her, because she's like, these people are serious. They're gonna take care of me.
As Coach Morrison continued to present Kyndal's situation and case to us, one of the first things that he did indicate to me was that she had already been medically cleared by a concussion expert up in Dallas that we as an institution will frequently work with in some of our more difficult concussion cases as well. So that brought a level of confidence of where she was medically, that she would likely be safe to return to participation. 2 days later, I get a call from Jamie. He's like, hey, I just got a call from the doctors that you're good to go. You're good to play here, you're cleared. And I was like, what? This other school is taking 2 months. That took you 2 days. In the transfer portal window, we had to move fairly quickly. So I think in one night, our head team physician spent over 4 hours reviewing the medical records just to ensure that everything was reviewed properly and thoroughly. He was kind of waiting for me to be like, okay, perfect, I'll come play there. And I was like, I gotta talk to my parents. And so hang up the phone. I was like, I'll call you in a little bit. It was a pretty, we had already discussed at this point, if I get cleared, A&M is
Like, I can't say no to that. I talked to my parents. I told them I was cleared, and we're like, okay, perfect, let's go. And like called one of my friends who goes to A&M, and she was so excited. She ended up coming over while I FaceTimed Jamie to tell him I was committing.
The relief is unreal. There's no other way to explain that. To watch your kid go through what they went through, thinking that every single door had been shut, and then here we are.
I have given publicly and privately our medical team so much praise of just the amount of work that went in to make sure that was the case. Not only that, I don't know, we gave her the opportunity to play the game that she loves again, but that it was safe to bring her back.
I had no idea what to expect. Everybody was very welcoming. Practice went really smooth. All the returners were absolutely amazing. But I remember being so excited. One, like, just the fact that, you know, God had a year and a half ago been like, hey, keep playing volleyball. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. And now here I am playing volleyball again.
She's so confident in herself, and it was very inspiring. I always look up to her about that.
So in preseason, we always do a meeting, basically just outlining where we want to be. We had looked at the last season. I'm like, okay, Sweet 16 last year, full team is returning. We've added some new pieces. This year, let's at least go one step further. Jamie had always had goals for us and also had so much confidence in us. At one point, he was like, this team can go to a national championship. Even just in our practice gym, like, he held us to that standard. Hey, you want to go win a national championship? Like, that can't happen. The first game against Minnesota was pretty big. I think that game kick-started the season for us. And so then at that point, we had a lot of confidence going forward. And then if I had to pick a pivotal moment where things kind of shifted was when we played Texas at home. We always knew that it was possible. Like, we always knew we were capable, but then it actually happening, I think, is that, like, perfect. Let's just keep going. Like, now we have evidence that we can do it, and we will do it. I had like broken my career kill record or something in that game against an undefeated team. I think that helped me a lot to be like, okay, no, like, I can do this. And even just playing volleyball in November, like, was huge. That was one of the goals we had set at the beginning of the season with my strength coach, was like, let's finish the season. Like, let's play a whole season. I hadn't done that at that point.
Texas A&M is attempting something 33 teams have failed to do. Take down Nebraska.
The Nebraska game was huge. I think it was when we had switched sides in the middle of the fifth set. And I remember looking down at the bench, and we're all exhausted. Like, everyone's exhausted, everyone's hurting. I remember looking at everybody, and I was like, I feel good.
I just saw her, and the whole team locked eyes on her speaking in the middle of that. And I came into that timeout, and it was at that point where I was like, whatever she said, we go do.
Looking at everybody, I was like, we're exhausted. Like, quite frankly, let's face the obvious. Like, we're all exhausted. We played 5 sets yesterday. We're about to go to a 5th set against Nebraska after playing an insane 4th set. But I remember looking at them and be like, they just did the same thing. Like, they also just went through a 4th set, and their backs are against the wall. Like, they're the ones that have to prove something in this moment. We have nothing to lose.
You feed Lednicki. Texas A&M is built for this, slaying giants.
That 5-setter, like, nail-biter against Nebraska in that atmosphere will forever stick with me.
Kansas City is ready to crown a champion. One of these two teams is going to have the best day of their life, Texas A&M and Kentucky.
It was Emily passed the free ball, and I was like, oh, I just knew it was going to go to a finna, and I knew the game was going to be over, like, automatically. I had kind of already just, like, started walking to the middle of the court, I feel like, in my head. Like, I was like, oh, we're done. Ball goes down, everybody literally just, like, falls to the ground. I just remember, like, literally bawling my eyes out. The night before, we were sitting in the hotel. I was roommates with Megan. I hadn't told many people about that whole thing of the confetti and that, like, whole vision of everything. I remember telling Megan that whole story.
Obviously, she told me that story, and it's all become true, and I remember, like, getting chills.
What's crazy is, even if we lose, I will still be playing volleyball and there will be confetti. Like, that is going to be true regardless. Now winning and that being true, I literally could not stop crying. I remember them, like, saying, okay, we're gonna do the trophy ceremony, everybody gather around. And I'm, like, looking at the lady talking, and then I'll look, and then, like, most outstanding player is. And then she was like, outside hitter. I was standing there, like, just shocked. And I remember Afina, like, put her arm on my shoulder and was like, go, like, go get your award. Anybody on our team could have gotten that award, and we all would have celebrated the exact same. I also think my favorite part of the whole comeback story that it has taught me is that it, like, shows who God is and who Jesus is. I remember at one point when I was retired, basically this whole idea of, like, Jesus' story wasn't done in the grave. Like, your story also isn't done now. I mean, like, obviously winning a national championship and hitting that peak is literally like the top of college athletics. But that's not necessarily the promise. The promise isn't that you'll reach the mountaintops, but it's that in the valleys, like, you'll be okay. You're not going to be in the valley forever. Like, a good day is coming. When some people hear my story, they think like, wow, that whole year and a half had to have just been awful. It's like, well, like maybe at like the surface level, but like there were so many good things in being medically retired. I hadn't had a season off since I was 3 years old, basically. I haven't been able to go watch my brother play football since he was in high school, and now I got to travel to a lot of his games. I got to go to like Father's Day in Colorado with my family. I got to actually do a Christmas with my family. There are a lot of good things that come in the valley, and just knowing to look for them. There's always something good.
I've always seen sport as a catalyst for life, and what she's been able to achieve through all of her hard work and effort is going to propel her forward no matter what she wants to do.
You got to just tip your hat off to her, because I mean, she just persevered through a lot.
But when it's all said and done and I look back and I know who my kid is, I'm not surprised. Like, that's just who she is at her core.
I am so proud to be an Aggie and having all of these people around me. Like, I think that is so special.
I've had so many instances where I've watched her play and think to myself, the world was almost without this, of being able to witness her go out and compete, go out and be herself, the personality that she is and the game that she has.
College scholarships are earned, and then even when you get it, you may not get to hang on to it. The truth is, had the Baylor thing shut her down for good, she'd have been going to community college and living at home. Like, so the opportunity it gave her is huge compared to what she would have had to do had it not come through for her.
That degree means a lot. Also, for a lot of my family didn't go to college. It means a lot to be able to do these things and not have to worry about, you know, the debt that might come down the road.
I'm so thankful for Jamie, for this place, for what they did for her. For real, he told me, he looked at me, he said, I will take care of your daughter. And he has done that every step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of what she can be. And I think in the process, when we were going through it, the thing that excited me the most is that we get her for 3 years. And we have another 2 years to keep building on who she is as a volleyball player and a human being. And I'm excited to see what comes next.
I mean, being an Aggie has given me the opportunity to play volleyball again. And although that, in short, was the goal, it's gotten me so much more.
And I don't even think she's at the end of her journey of getting healthy yet. I think you haven't seen the best Kyndal Stowers yet. I think that's still to come.